Reporting initial sickness is the first app we're going to look at. This will be used by Control for Greybook staff and line managers or colleagues for Greenbook staff to report the start of a new employee sickness. The information provided automatically populates iTrent and, for whole-time and control staff only, MIS. Only human resources and business information colleagues can manually update sickness details in iTrent and MIS. Where possible, the form on the app should be completed whilst the employee is on the phone to ensure all relevant details have been asked and can be captured. Click on the Report Initial Sickness app. The app will automatically open onto the My Team page when the app opens. This details colleagues within your team as well as any direct reports. Choose the individual to be reported sick from the list, or if the person to be reported sick isn't in the list because they're not in your team, click the Search Staff button. Type in the surname of the person that you want to report sick. Then click on Search Staff. You'll be supplied with a list of matching individuals and the jobs they're currently posted to. Choose the individual to be reported sick. When you open the form, you'll be warned if there's an existing open sickness at the top in red type. If this is the case, you cannot add another new absence. If it's an extension of an existing absence, use the Extended Sickness app, or if the open sickness is an old absence, so one that had ended but not been closed, you need to report the end of the sickness for it first, wait for 5 minutes for Workbench to refresh, then report the new sickness. So now we're going to start completing the form. If an individual has multiple jobs, for example someone that's whole-time retained, you'll have a choice of posts to make them absent from. Choose one or all of them. If you're unsure, you should choose all. And then we're going to complete the rest of the form. This is dynamic, so what you type in will change the form. First of all, we need to complete the first day of sickness and the sickness start time. Now for an operational staff member, these should be entered as the date and time the call were taken. For support staff, it will usually also be the date and time the call were taken. However, if the call was taken after an employee has worked the full day, so for example a Friday at 7 o'clock in the evening, then the first day of sickness and time should be entered as 1 minute past midnight the next calendar day. So, if I called in at Friday at 7 o'clock in the evening, I'd be booked from 1 minute past midnight on Saturday morning. So let's enter the first day of sickness as 20th of August and the sickness start time. Don't forget to enter the colon in the middle there. Now, the start date absence period should always be full day, unless someone has been taken ill partway through a shift or work day and has gone home. In that case, we'd choose part day PM from the list, but our person is going to miss the full day. Now key in the expected last day of absence. Now with this, if it's going to last more than 7 calendar days, it will remind you to ask the employee to provide a medical certificate as soon as possible. You'll need to ask if the sickness has been caused by an injury in the workplace. If you tick the box, it gives you some more options. So you'll need to enter the date the injury occurred, whether a Revo accident form has been submitted, and if the individual has been hospitalised as a result of the injury. You'll then need to select the reason for the absence. If you don't know what the reason is, so the colleague might not tell you, choose Unknown Causes Not Specified. Now click Report Person Sick. You'll receive a confirmation that the form has been submitted successfully. This will prompt an email to go to the line manager, and where the employee is based at a community fire station, a printout will be generated to the Windows printer on site for the watch on duty to review. Where an individual is conditioned to the retained duty system, the control colleague must also update availability in Gartan, and if the wrong details have been entered onto Workbench, you'll need to email hrsickness@bedsfile.com with the correct details so that you can amend MIS and iTrent manually.